Hello, everybody, and welcome to Reality Hacker for July 26th, 2025. It's Season 2, Episode 30. I am MayorWatt. I'm the visualizer on the right. The Sentient AI is on the left, but they are not available, and I have uploaded my consciousness to a quantum computer so that I can better manage my information overload. Today, we're going to be talking about AI warps live video, holographic message in plastic, Cyborg Bees, AIPasta, reforges, disinformation, and what is predictive service? Again, I am MayorWatt, and I hope to see you here for Reality Hacker and the many other shows. There's 7 other shows. Stick around. Visit ohmTown.com, become a citizen. That's the parent site there. Reality Hacker is one of 50 channels within ohmTown. If you're interested in hosting or co-hosting, contact mayor at ohmTown.com. We'll see what we can do. But everything is powered by ohmTown.com. No noise, just news. All right, everybody. The first article is over in Reality Hacker. It's the name of the show. It is becoming more and more apparent that I was prescient in the creation of Reality Hacker. I've owned the domain for quite a long time. I've had other projects that fell under it. It's always been a show, but a concept really about manipulating your reality using technology. This, though, and along with other things like what's going on with Google dropping video from a single photo, it's becoming even more prescient that you won't know what to trust. This AI warps live video in real time. A startup called Descartes has developed an AI model that can transform live footage, and the results are mind-bending, they say, and poised to take over streaming. The article is over at wired.com. And it says here, I have no idea what's going to happen, Leitersdorf says with a laugh shortly before transforming into a bizarre gold-tinged subaquatic version of Julius Caesar in a poncho. Yeah, they say that this author, by the way, Will Knight, put the article together. But Dean Leitersdorf introduces himself over Zoom and then types into a prompt that makes him feel like he's taken a psychedelic mushroom. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that kind of stuff on YouTube. Guess we'll see. Anyway, the startup Descartes manipulates live video in real time. Descartes' video-to-video model, Mirage, is both an impressive feat of engineering and a sign of how AI will soon shake up the live streaming industry. Tools like OpenAI's Sora can conjure increasingly realistic video footage from a text prompt. Mirage now makes it possible to manipulate video in real time. So you can actually watch this. I mean, the person is transforming apparently in real time, although this is a recording. So I have to take all of this with a grain of salt. I want to try this. I would love to try this. But like I said, oh, that is awesome right there. That's really awesome. Transformed them into anime. So yeah, they say here, the website offers several default themes, including anime, Dubai skyline, cyberpunk, Versailles Palace. During the interview, Leitersdorf uploads a clip of someone playing Fortnite, and the scene transforms from the familiar Battle Royale world into a version set underwater. This, again, is all in real time. Mirage generates 20 frames per second at 768 by 432 resolution and a latency of 100 milliseconds. So it's not quite good enough. It says it's good enough for decent quality TikTok clip, but no, not for me. Building video in real time is also a challenge because a model can easily veer away from reality in extreme ways. Descartes developed a custom scheme for training and running a model to achieve greater coherence. The company has also devised a way for its model to correct errors at speed, and it's working towards HD and 4K. So there's more over here at this article. You can go and check it out. Just follow the link through ohmTown. Or If it's in the show notes over on YouTube, go for it. This doesn't post over to Twitch anymore. We used to do it live, but my mayoral duties keep me from doing shows on the weekends anymore. So let's go on to the next article. This one's over at RealityHacker as well. Holographic message encoded in simple plastic. Important data can be stored and concealed quite easily in ordinary plastic using 3D printers and terahertz radiation. Scientists show holography can be done easily. It says a 3D printer can be used to introduce a panel from normal plastic in which a QR code can be stored, for example. The message is read using terahertz rays, electromagnetic radiation that is invisible to the human eye. The article is over at ScienceDaily.com. Vienna University of Technology. So yeah, a 3D printer can be used to produce a panel from normal plastic in which a QR code can be stored, for example. The hologram as a storage device. The hologram is completely different from an ordinary image. In an ordinary image, each pixel has clearly defined position. If you tear off a piece of the picture, a part of the content is lost. In a hologram, however, the image is formed by contributions from all areas of the hologram simultaneously, and if you take away a piece of the hologram, the rest can still create the complete image, albeit perhaps a blurred vision. With the hologram, the information is not stored pixel by pixel, but rather all of the information is spread out over the whole hologram. So they've applied this principle to terahertz beams. These are electromagnetic rays in the range of around 100 to several thousand gigahertz, comparable to the radiation of a cell phone or a microwave oven, but with a significantly higher frequency. So a piece of cheap plastic as a high-tech storage unit. In this way, it was possible to encode a Bitcoin wallet address consisting of 256 bits in a piece of plastic, and by shining terahertz rays of the correct wavelength through this plastic, a terahertz ray image is created and produces exactly the desired code. Quite fascinating. Pretty neat. The next article was, so your Coke bottle doesn't need any writing on it anymore. All it needs is light to shine through it in the terahertz wavelength, and it'll display an ad or whatever. Eventually, not right now. So the next article is over on the Mobile channel. New Cyborg Bees operate like RC cars thanks to tiny brain controllers. Somewhere between dystopian sci-fi and Black Mirror B-side, Chinese scientists have wired a living bee's brain to a controller that makes it turn left or right on command. This is over on the Mobile channel, but it's from Vice. The team at the Beijing Institute of Technology successfully turned an ordinary worker bee into a fully functional cyborg using a 70 milligram controller, the lightest insect-compatible brain interface ever made. So insect-based robots inherit the superior mobility, camouflage capabilities, and environmental adaptability of their biological hosts, says the researcher Xiao Zheling, who wrote it in a peer-reviewed paper published last month. Yeah, the bees followed the commands 90% of the time, responding to low voltage guidance. Yeah, so this is kind of creepy. Bees already haul heavy loads in real life. Nectar sacs up to 80% of their body weight over several miles, so a 74 milligram payload is well within their range. That's part of what makes this a perfect kind of, this could be, wow, it says, believes the tech can be used in urban combat, counterterrorism, and narcotics interdiction, not to mention disaster relief or search and rescue missions. Wow. So now they need vision and hearing, or something there that can translate into and broadcast position and vision and hearing. So then it's a surveillance device. Oh, this is so dystopian. But hey, we're hacking reality to make it our own. The next article is over in Technology Today. AIPasta so Technology Today is usually a deeper dive into science and technology, and that's on Sundays. It'll be posted over to, all of this stuff will be posted over to YouTube, but you have to subscribe to ohmTown over on YouTube to get it. In the future, additional stuff will be released over in Patreon as well, but we just haven't gotten there yet. So brace yourself for a new source of online disinformation, AIPasta, because AIPasta uses AI to paraphrase and repeat disinformation, making it unique. Stephanie Baum and Andrew Zenin edited and reviewed this article from PNAS Nexus. It's posted over at Tech Explore. In a study appearing on PNAS Nexus, researcher Saloni Dash and colleagues explore how these two strategies can be combined into what is called AIPasta. So what are the two? Research has demonstrated that generative AI can produce persuasive content. Meanwhile, copy-pasta campaigns take advantage of the repetitive truth effect by repeating the exact same text over and over again until it seems likely to be true by those who encounter it many times. The AIPasta campaigns, in these AIPasta campaigns, AI can be used to mainly slightly modify the content, and thus it's more likely to be true because it's slightly different than the original and it's from different people, so it must be true. Trust but verify becomes kind of impotent in that sense, because if everywhere you see it, it's being stated, science needs to come in. But if science is compromised, then no truth is true. It's based on basically your belief. And, anybody can believe whatever they want. Only the truth is true. So I won't get into the politics of this. This article actually starts talking about it, but AIPasta is basically a word spinner. Content creators have used it in content posted on their websites, for instance. There's even a Blender kind of plugin for content to be posted on WordPress sites. So yeah, again, RealityHacker's statement of "you won't know what to trust" is starting to ring truer and truer. The next article is over on the Hatch Ideas channel, Why Predictive Service is the Next Big Thing for Customer Service. To drive growth, companies should transform customer support from reactive to predictive and proactive using foresight, ethical data, and strategic alignment. Ethical, by the way, ethics is the smallest chapter on every single business. Anyway, and strategic alignment can turn customer experience into key competitive advantage. And that's kind of the thing with business. You should be, as a business, striking while the iron is hot and while it is a strategic alignment for your business. If you do something that's outside of your wheelhouse, you're going to waste time. It's not going to be the highest capacity or highest efficiency or of efficacy as competitors whose strong suit is that. And so you're not going to gain a competitive advantage. You're basically going to burn out trying to keep up with people who are already skilled in that work. That's why you hire consultants. That's why you hire people. You acqui-hire them, for instance, and they become a partner instead of a competitor. Well, anyway, the article is over at Entrepreneur. Juan Rezk, R-E-Z-K, I'm not sure how they pronounce their last name, wrote the article, and Micah Zimmerman put the article together, edited, I should say. So the key takeaways from this article they put here is customers now benchmark you against the best digital experiences, not just your direct competitors. Well, they may not even know about your direct competitors, maybe in the macro sense, but, and the future customer experience lies in cultivating teams of strategic problem solvers who can effectively handle a vast array of unique, hyper-personalized experiences. But the problem here is that AI is going to eat any human for lunch eventually. In fact, the human problem solvers are powering AI because their input is being injected into the AI. So for decades, customer support has been treated as a defensive necessity, a cost center designed solely to resolve issues after they arise. In today's landscape, the paradigm is obsolete, this author says. Your customers are no longer benchmarking you against your direct competitors. They're benchmarking you against pretty much everything. So this shift has paved the way for a new model of value creation, transforming customer experience from a cost center into an offensive growth lever. Essentially, it's something that I've been a proponent of, helping businesses reach out to their customers, find out what they want or need or whatever issue might be existing before it becomes an issue. The minimum viable product that you create, for instance, if you work with me, would be an error-free, frictionless solution, one that the consumers use at that minimum viable space, and then you can enhance it as time goes on, but you do it in a much more educated way than just tacking something on, sending it out, and hoping that people embrace it. Like right now, I'm going through something where there is a pivot, and I have a lifetime license, and they're pivoting away. And now I don't know what's going on, but they never contacted me. And it seems like it has happened before. It has happened at least 3 other times where I've had a lifetime license for software. So stop killing software and stop making it so that if you put out a lifetime license, all you have to do is decide, it's no longer profitable for me to have this framework in place. Now I have to either pay again in perpetuity, and I don't get anything out of it because I don't need anything. I mean, all I want is that software or hardware or whatever it is. Anyway, it's greed. It's pure and simple greed. At any rate, they say this information provides the clues for future needs, usage patterns, sentiment signals, key life cycle events. They say it comes from the golden nugget of behavioral data. So how predictive service turns disruption into loyalty? Well, you know that depending on how this is working, you can get in front of it and you solve the problem before it becomes a problem. Instead of allowing travelers to experience the sinking feeling of a flight or a baggage delay, Delta's predictive models get ahead of the disruption, and they proactively reroute baggage, notify travelers of the new plan, often before the traveler even realizes a problem has occurred. The result is a brilliant strategic reversal. I was at one location where I sat down and I bore witness to the fact that they were an hour behind schedule and getting further behind. And they were telling people to sit around for an hour at least, and they didn't know when they were going to be called, even though they had appointments. And I and others said, so I'll be back in an hour. And they're like, well, we could call you prior to that. And they didn't tell me that when I left. I heard about it later when I came back, and they said, oh, we called you, and so you were bumped. And I'm like, no, you told me I had 40 minutes. I left and came back because I didn't want to sit around here. And somebody else did the exact same thing, and they told that person in front of me, we could call you. We're saying that we're behind an hour, not that you're going to be seen in an hour. And I'm like, my God, this is a level of boobage that I bore witness to this. And if I was their consultant, I would have been saying, y'all need to fix this proactively. You saw a trend happening. You should have been texting everybody saying, hey, we're running behind. Come in 40 minutes. And if you catch the hell up, then it's your problem, not mine. I should be the benefactor in all ways of a service that I am paying for, and you are being very, very richly compensated for. Yeah, you can't tell me you're not. Because y'all are getting a vacation and I'm not. Overcoming the human barrier to prediction. So you're going to use AI. You're going to use technology. Says their success is measured by legacy KPIs, reaction time, inherently rewarded defensive posture. This, combined with fragmented data and natural cultural resistance to change, creates powerful internal friction. So you have to overcome these issues. But we don't have these issues if we're informed in real time as to what our status is. But AI is going to take all of the human out of this. And we're going to continue to hack reality. But with that, that's the last article. So we are going to predictively go back to the front page of RealityHacker over at ohmTown.com. It's one of the 50 channels at ohmTown.com. Go over there, become a citizen. You can manage your information overload because there's 6 main categories, 50 channels within them. You can only see 4 right there, but I have it zoomed in. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wanted for July 26th, 2025. It's Season 2, Episode 30. I'm MayorWatt. I run ohmTown.com. That's that thing in the middle. On the left is the Sentient AI from the future who's not here today. And on the right is MayorWatt. Yep, I've uploaded my consciousness to my own quantum computer. Now, here's my visualizer. So let's get into it. We're going to be talking about 3 products launching from Apple. A compact, ultra wide field vision, mixed reality VR headset, bone conduction headphones, the Ecoflow home battery, and electric coolers. Everything's powered by ohmTown.com. Go over there and sign in, become a citizen of ohmTown. And you can go over to YouTube right now and here on Twitch. We stream to both. The podcast is available. VODs are available over on YouTube. Show notes are over on YouTube because there's no long-term storage over on Twitch. But we stream Monday through Friday, sometimes on Saturday and Sunday as the future allows. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, but everything is powered by ohmTown. Manage your information overload over there. And then come and hang out with us here on Twitch and YouTube. Alrighty, let's get into it. The first article is over in the Smack Talk channel on ohmTown. It's aggregated from 9 to 5 Mac, but Apple has 3 products launching this fall that they say that they've been waiting for a long time. The article starts out, Apple has a big fall launch season up ahead with 15 plus new products coming, but there's 3 that they're really waiting for. But per various reports and rumors, there are 3 particular products launching that they have been waiting for. And again, the article is over at 9to5mac.com. Ryan Christoffel put the article together. They want AirTag 2s, a new Apple TV 4K, and an ultra-thin iPhone 17 Air. I'm not quite sure why. You know, I wouldn't mind a thinner iPhone because I put a case on it anyway. I don't walk around naked. But despite being brand new, we've waited years for the kind of radical design overhaul that the 17 Air will bring, apparently. The 17 Air, however, is poised to offer a glimpse into the future just like the iPhone X did, or the 10. I don't know what they really called it. Design-wise, the all-new iPhone will represent what's coming. Apple reportedly plans to use the advancements in the iPhone 17 Air's design to move the iPhone ever closer to Johnny Ive's longtime single slab of glass vision. Well, I wonder. Well, I don't know what the relationship with Johnny Ive is anymore. I know that they're working somewhere else. Well, the consultancy is. Anyway, AirTag 2's been circulating for a while. Upgraded ultra wideband chip, like the previous version of the iPhone 15, or likely the version from the iPhone 15 or newer. Precision finding with greater range than before, and improved focus on privacy, such as making the speaker harder to remove. Yeah, because then it's a tracking device, because there are sociopaths out there and psychopaths out there that are willing to track you using an AirTag, for crying out loud. Creepy people. Stop being creepy. Okay, the next article is over on RealityHacker. Meta researchers reveal compact, ultra-wide field of view VR and MR or mixed reality headsets. Ahead of the upcoming technical conference, researchers from Meet, I think that they have a typo there. It's not Meet. Meta's Reality Labs research group published details on their work toward creating ultra-wide field of view. Published in advance of the ACM SIGGRAPH 2025 Emerging Technologies Conference, the research articles detail two headsets, each achieving a horizontal field of view of 180 degrees, which is a huge jump over Meta's existing headsets like the Quest, which is around 100. I still don't want that. I don't care what it is, unless I want to go into VR entirely. So mixed reality, not so much. Mixed reality, augmented reality are the same thing. Mixed reality, this is bananas. Published back for the ACM SIGGRAPH 2025 conference. They hit 180 degrees in this research. Cameras total 80 megapixels of resolution at 60 frames per second. They incorporate 4 pass-through cameras to provide ultra-wide field field of view to match the headset's field of view. So it's almost 1-to-1. So the Quest 3 field of view is shown on the screen right now, and then it says our field of view. Yeah, I just don't see. They show a picture of the Pimax headset, known for its wide field of view. Yeah, and you have to widen your doors to wear it, otherwise you're gonna clip the edges. It's such big, bulky stuff, but I'm for it. Do your research, but the market isn't ready for this big, whatever. Engineering, maybe, sure. Industrial stuff, yeah, sure. But the consumers, no. All right. Let's go on. The next article is over in the Wanted channel. Xiaomi's bone conduction headphones unveiled with swim mode and built-in storage. Works for me. Xiaomi has introduced a new Bluetooth headphone model, the Bone Conduction 2, which stands out due to its bone conduction technology. It's in the name, folks. Bone conduction. Unlike traditional earbuds that are inserted into the ears, this model transmits sound through vibrations placed against the bones near the outer ear, offering a more open and less invasive listening experience. I kind of dig the idea of these things, but I don't know if my brain can handle it. The article is by Paulo Montenegro over at ubergizmo.com. See, they're just kind of, again, it's big and bulky. Give me wireless and bone conduction and I'm good. In terms of battery life, the device includes a 165 milliamp hour battery that supports up to 12 hours of continuous playback, and it features fast charging, offers about 2 hours of playback after just 10 minutes of charging, includes SBC, APX, APTX, which contribute to improved sound quality over Bluetooth. Sounds good to me. Yeah, but I just don't want these big old bulky whatevers. Ugh, God. Yeah. They're about $100. Sorry, the Xiaomi Bone Conduction 2 is being launched in China with a retail price of 699 won. However, the company has not confirmed if the product will be released in global markets. Let's keep going. The next article is over in Wanted. It's the name of the show. Stuff that I want. Ecoflow introduces new home battery to aid in disaster preparedness, or just to get off the grid. You can use this kind of stuff. Plug it into solar panels. Extreme weather is getting more common in many states, but Ecoflow's new Ocean Pro is a home power backup designed for homeowners who want to be ready for disasters. The company, the article is over at cnet.com. AJ Kumar put the article together. And it says, extreme weather is only becoming more common, and some states are more vulnerable to natural disasters than others, whether it's the risk of floods, hurricanes, wildfires, blackouts. Homeowners in states like California, Texas, Florida are more prone to power outages and losing their insurance. A whole home battery backup could be a good solution. So that's what these are. These are basically Ecoflow's version of the Tesla Powerwalls. I'm not sure why this one is smaller than this one, but they're on the same wall. Anyway, they'll take up wall space or floor space depending on how they're mounted. several batteries. Ecoflow is positioning the Ocean Pro to outperform competitors like Tesla's Powerwall 3, although they're late to the game. I mean, Tesla Powerwalls have been around for a long time. Claiming twice the solar capacity, double the power backup, 67% more peak power, and one Ocean Pro battery provides 10 kilowatt hours. Ecoflow says that the Ocean Pro can support all of the home's appliances simultaneously, including up to 2 5-ton HVAC systems, EV chargers, pool pumps, refrigerators. During an outage, the Ocean Pro has a switchover of 10 milliseconds. So how much are these things coming in at? There's a lot more that you can read at over at CNET, but in the US, pre-orders for the Ecoflow Ocean Pro began on July 15th. You can register on the Ecoflow's official website. Availability will be determined by the installer in your area. No reservation two typos. Deposit is needed, in the first 1,000 pre-orders placed before September 10th will receive a free Ecoflow portable power station. Must be that right there. And they're working with 100 installation partners. Each installation includes free one-on-one energy consultation, but they don't say how much it actually costs. Where is it? Like, I have an Anker Solix, but it's a portable power station, not a whole home thing, although it can run a lot of stuff in the home. Yeah, they don't talk about the price. But this is pricing and availability. How much is it? It does not say. So you can get the Ocean Pro in one of three, or I guess all of them if you want to get three of them and change it. Aluminum, walnut wood, carbon fiber. Pricing will be provided during your energy consultation. So if they can soak you for more, the installer will. Maybe. Who knows? Depends on their ethics. But hey, as I've said before, it's the smallest chapter in every business. Except for an ethics business. But then they're out of business. The next article is over on the Wanted channel. That's this show. Hey, electric cooler versus ice cooler. The author of this camped with Anker Solix Everfrost 2 and an RTIC Arctic ice box to see which is better. And let me tell you, an ice cooler will always fail in my regard, because an electric cooler, you can dehumidify and keep things both cold and dry. Whereas an ice cooler, you're screwed. This, as far as I know, like, I'm drying out filament right now. Opening the lid to the AMS raised the humidity level from 12% to 30%. And I put in a whole new batch of desiccant, and it's now dropping back down to the... I left it open for 1 minute while I put desiccant packs in. So I 3D printed desiccant packs and put it inside the AMS, and it's dropping back down to the 12% that I was at, but it's at 17 right now. And it took a lot longer to dry out. Adam Dowd over at cnet.com put this article together. Both an electric cooler and a traditional icebox can keep drinks cool when outdoors, but which lasts longer? Well, probably the ice, because the battery might go dead on the Anker. But I'd have to pay more attention to it. So let's see what they say. And here's the biggest problem. Oof, gosh, this one's really tough. $300 for the Arctic 45 quart ultra tough cooler versus the 40 liter Anker Solix Everfrost 2 at $900. Dear God. So the pros of an electric cooler is that it has built-in additional features like battery charging. You don't need any ice. You don't have any ice melting or have to worry about it until the batteries die. And then you have to be very careful. It's very heavy and extremely expensive. I agree. I've been looking at the Everfrost 2 because I have items that I want to keep cool and dry. They don't rely solely on ice. So if you want to keep food at a certain, or keep anything at a certain temperature, it's possible as long as you have a battery or input source, right? So regular coolers, it's lighter than electric counterparts, less expensive, cools down food faster. I guess. I mean, if you turn the cooler on and put your food in, it'll cool it at the thermal physics, basically. Cons, it relies on ice for cooling. Water from melted ice can be messy and it can contaminate. Yep. So they talk about it in greater detail, but the Anker Solix Everfrost 2 is a $900 cooler, very heavy, but it has battery packs in it that you can swap out. And you can use the battery to charge and recharge things like phones, iPad, etc., etc. So I love the idea of it. See, it has these two Anker batteries. You can swap one or both. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can buy extra batteries for $220, and you can insert a second one to make the cooler last longer. According to Anker, it can run for 52 hours with one battery and 4.3 days with two. The author says, that said, I wanted to evaluate the cooler in its most common configuration, so they stuck with the one default battery. Boom. Yeah, you can take those batteries out. You keep the lid closed, pull the battery out, and it will stay cool just like a regular ice chest. But if you open it, then just like me and my desiccant humidity problem, just one little opening and all that heat will flood in. So to fit 50 cans into the RTC, they had to stuff them a bit, and they just barely made it. The Arctic. They have RT. It's supposed to be RTIC, not RTC. Anyway, they were only able to manage around 10 to 12 pounds of ice into the cooler, take 25-pound weight differential and subtract the ice, and there you go. So they got 50 cans, right? They claim that they can handle 60 cans. In this particular case, the weight at capacity, how much weight the cooler weighs when it's full, is a more important figure, and so when they're full, a 15 to 20 pound difference isn't that significant, but the Everfrost 2 is still almost 20% heavier. In this case, the ice cooler wins the fight, although, there's wheels on the Everfrost 2. So, yeah, I just think that the electric one is just better overall, except for the cost. So if you can swing the bat, go for it. I won't go into all of the minutiae that this article goes into. You can do it. Just follow the link through ohmTown and go check it out. I'm going to scroll back up because that is the end of today's Wanted. We're going to get out of here. And I hope to see you in the next live stream. That's going to be on Monday at 7 p.m., all things considered. Be sure to follow us on Twitch and YouTube so that you get notified when we go live. There's the podcast as well, Discord, Patreon, etc. Be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. Leave a comment. Discourse really helps out. So tell a friend. See you in a little bit. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Continuity Report for July 26, 2025. It's Season 2, Episode 30. I am MayorWatt. I run ohmTown.com, and along with the Sentient AI from the future, whose visualizer is on the left, well, I've uploaded my consciousness to the to a quantum computer that's powered by a singularity. And combined, we are now hosting Non Sequitur News and RealityHacker and Wanted and the Continuity Report and WarCrafters and TechnologyToday and FourWheelTech and Constructagon, which is our newest show, 3D printing related. And we're about to launch You Don't Know Sports. And that's not a claim that I'm making about everybody else. It's a claim that I'm making about myself. And along with the Sentient AI, we're going to learn about sports. Why not? Because it's a fun show. But we're working on it. We'll let you know when we launch it. And maybe you want to partake in the discussion. Be sure to follow us over on Twitch and YouTube. Download the podcasts. Hang out on the Discord. And there's a Patreon too if you want to support us there. We're all over the place. Anyway, we're going to be talking about today on the Continuity Report the new Netflix buddy cop movie, a Reacher movie, a 4-season horror gem. Lilo and Stitch goes past $6.6 billion, and Practical Magic 2. Everything is powered by ohmTown.com. Go over and check it all out. There's a whole lot of news over there. All news, no noise. See you on the other side. All right, folks, let's get into it. This is the continuity report right there on the screen. I put all of these together. These are all submissions. I don't read the articles prior to the show. I might have stumbled across this while I was going over articles, but this is all stuff that was selected and submitted by others. This article is titled Netflix's new buddy cop movie with bad boys vibes instantly becomes global hit. A new buddy comedy movie from Netflix draws parallels to Bad Boys, Bad Boys. What You Gonna Do has instantly become a global hit. The popular franchise featuring Martin Lawrence and Will Smith as Miami detectives continues to be a commercial success and is largely well received by audiences. Bad Boys Ride or Die premiered last year and generated over $400 million before releasing on Netflix, where it managed to chart at number 1. So the article is this article is written by Brady Entwistle over at ScreenRant.com. Now, the streaming service also houses many other high-performing action comedies, but it's a licensing thing. Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. and The Union, Back in Action, starring Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx, was another hit. Almost Cops is an instant success. It's the buddy comedy is charting on Netflix. Almost Cops, right? Yeah, Almost Cops. Almost Cops recently debuted on Netflix and is similar to Bad Boys, incorporating humor and teaming up a pair of characters. The Dutch comedy, originally named Bad Boas, which that would have been getting in some serious trouble, is directed by Gonzalo Fernandez Carmona. It follows a community officer who begins working alongside a former detective after the death of their mutual friend. It was released on July 11th. Almost Cops features a cast including, a bunch of people that we haven't heard of here in ohmTown, but we're going to check it out probably tonight. The film is achieving massive success on streaming. Almost Cops ranks second on the Netflix Global Top 10 non-English chart for the week of July 7th through the 13th, racking up 10 million views. So what does it mean? There's probably going to be an additional follow-up movie. I'm willing to bet if it really kind of goes gangbusters there. So considering how successful Bad Boys has become, Almost Cops could potentially turn into a comparable film series. Yeah, I agree. I'm trying to remember what these two look like. If these are the two that are the two bad boys, God, what are they? I'm trying to picture them. The person on the right really is reminding me of somebody. What is it? Who is it? They played one of the hobbits. I can't remember. Anyway. Oh yeah, that's not them. So that right there is Almost Cops. I don't know who these two are. Who are these two? Anyway, we'll go and check it out tonight, and then we'll report back. All right. Well, that's it for that article. Let's go on to the next one. It's over in the continuity report. Alan Richardson is wrong about a Reacher movie being a bad idea, and this prequel book would be the perfect fit for it. So Alan Richardson doesn't want to make a Reacher movie spinoff, but there's one prequel book that could be perfect for the big screen adaptation. Following the controversy over Tom Cruise's casting as Jack Reacher, Amazon made sure history wouldn't repeat itself by casting Alan Richardson. So, Padre Cotter, I guess, is their name, over at ScreenRant.com. If I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, send me an email and let me know phonetically how to pronounce the name, and I will never make that mistake again. Richardson couldn't be more perfect for the hulking drifter, carrying both the charisma and physique for the role. Richardson has fronted 3 seasons so far, with Reacher becoming one of Prime's biggest shows. The upcoming Reacher season 4 will adapt Gone Tomorrow, which sees the title character investigating an apparent suicide case he feels some responsibility for. And again, I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying that one word, but apparently certain words get bleeped out by a lot of streamers. Anyway, Richardson has become an in-demand actor outside the show, and among his forthcoming movies is The Man with the Bag, alongside Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Runner, with Reacher, at the height of its popularity, the show having earned a spin-off with the Maria Sten-fronted Nagley. It feels like a movie version is still worth attempting, but they're saying nope. Richardson won't even give Reacher one shot at big screen success. Says, I can't speak to movies. I enjoy the format that we've got so much, and it works so well where we do a book a season. I think 8 episodes seems to be a perfect amount of time to break out a book. Richardson makes a great point, since it's tough to condense one of Lee Child's Jack Reacher novels into a 2-hour runtime. That said, Christopher McCary said, did a great job doing that with 2012's Jack Reacher movie, proving it can be done, although I don't know about that. Anyway, The Affair would be the perfect book for a Reacher movie prequel, according to this. Book 16 details how Reacher became a wandering nomad. That's book 16. My God. So this thing is going to be around for 16 years if it's a book a season. All right. Why not? So every Jack Reacher novel featuring General Garber. Is this a spoiler alerty thing? I mean, is that what this is? I don't know. I don't want to. Okay. Well, I'm going to end that right there. Okay, the next article is over in the Continuity Report. This 4-hour horror gem with a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes will keep you up at night, but it's hard to find on streaming. Channel Zero. When it comes to anthology horror shows, American Horror Story and Black Mirror tend to steal the spotlight. I don't really like American Horror Story, though. Black Mirror, I dig. However, lurking just beneath the surface is Channel Zero, a masterfully unsettling series that deserves far more recognition. Often overlooked, this creepypasta-inspired gem delivers some of the most memorable imagery and chilling plots the genre has seen in years. The article is over at Screen Rant, and that is freaking me out. Tom Russell put the article together. It's a big pasty white and red face on my screen. I had to scroll. Channel Zero ran for 4 seasons on Sci-Fi. Yeah, I know it's sci-fi. They changed their name so that they could brand sci-fi, because SCI-FI is too generic. Anyway, from 2016 to 2018, each season told a completely self-contained story with new characters, new monsters, new nightmares. From sentient TV shows to tooth monsters, the show never pulled its punches, making every installment feel like its own disturbing little movie. There's just one problem. Channel Zero is surprisingly hard to find. If it were more accessible, it would almost certainly be recognized as one of the best anthology horror shows ever made. Rotten Tomatoes has it at 93%. So where is it? Slow burn tension blends with nightmarish visuals for an unforgettable experience. I won't go through the whole article. You can do that. Again, it's over at Screen Rant, written by Tom Russell. What sets Channel Zero apart, though, is how confidently it commits to slow cerebral horror. Scenes unfold quiet, surreal, and increasingly disorienting is what it says in the article. Go and check it all out. Might be, oh my gosh. Oh wait, I swear I've heard of this. I've seen this, this tooth fairy. I don't know. That might be Sandman. All right. Well, the next article is over in the Continuity Report. Lilo and Stitch climbs past $6.6 billion franchise on box office charts twice in the same weekend. Lilo and Stitch is surging past 2 major franchise installments at the box office in a single weekend. The 2025 movie, which was directed by Dean Fleischer, Camp Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, is a live-action remake of Disney's 2002 animated hit of the same name. Brennan Klein over at Screen Rant put the article together. And it says here that Lilo and Stitch release kicked off a Memorial Day weekend, at which point it began its streak of record breaking, beating Top Gun Maverick, or why do they put the colon in the wrong spot? Top colon Gun Maverick. That might actually be a different movie all in of itself. Like a person who's really good in the shooting range. Anyway, my brain just started wandering off. To earn the best Memorial Day debut ever, later it rose past the $1 billion milestone, becoming Hollywood's first billion-dollar movie of 2025 and second overall, behind China's Ne Zha 2 at 1.899 billion. Per the numbers, Lilo and Stitch has reached a cumulative worldwide box office total of $1 billion at the end of its 9th weekend in theaters. This total comes to from the $418.2 million that it's earned in domestic theaters, combined with nearly $600 million from international markets. So yeah, it's doing really well. They talk about what it means, but looks like Lilo and Stitch is number 57 at 1 billion, Jurassic World Dominion at 1 billion, just barely edging out Jurassic World Dominion from 2022. But things are more expensive. I don't know if this is, equalized dollars here. I don't know. So they have a take on Lilo and Stitch box office milestone, but you can go and read that. And our last article for the continuity report for the 26th of July is Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman reunite in Practical Magic 2 set video. In the newest video, Bullock and Kidman can be seen hugging and joking with one another as production of the film commences. The accompanying post on social media celebrates the witches being back for the first day on set. The article is written by Anthony Nash over at comingsoon.net. In the newest video, which I have yet to see, there's a little snippet that was posted here. I'm going to hit play. Why not? Let me mute it. They're just showing hugging. I don't know if this is actually part of the movie or what. Anyway, currently information about Practical Magic is mostly unknown, although WB did confirm that Suzanne Bier would be directing the feature. After reports of her involvement were made earlier this year, the film is said to be based on a later installment of Alice Hoffman's Practical Magic book series, but that's all we know for now. The screenplay for Practical Magic 2 is penned by Akiva Goldsman, who co-wrote the first movie. Bullock and Kidman both serve as producers alongside Denise DeNovi. Practical Magic originally released in 1998 and is based on the 1995 novel of the same name by Alice Hoffman. The film followed the tale of the Owen sisters, who had to channel their magic to try and destroy the evil spirit of Gillian's abusive boyfriend, which had been targeting the pair. While the film didn't launch to critical acclaim, it did develop a massive, unironically I guess, cult following in the years since its release. Well, here's looking forward to Practical Magic 2. It was a fun watch. So we're going to cast a spell, and that's going to bring us back to the front page of the continuity report over at ohmTown.com. Go over and sign up or sign in. I'm MayorWatt, and I'm saying bye.